Before I talk about these two games, there's 4 truths that you have to be willing to accept. First, a covert narcissist orients from his estrogen. Humans have both estrogen and testosterone. We just have them in opposite percentages. A man has way more testosterone and a woman has way more estrogen. God gave every human the free will to orient from our lesser or greater hormone. The essence of toxic masculinity is a man that doesn't appropriately handle the significant masculine power that's imbued in his testosterone. He's rewiring his brain in the opposite way God created him to be. You're not going to change him. No amount of prayer is going to get God to take away your husband's free choice. The second thing is that a covert narcissist never plays only one card against you. There's always overlap because they use several tactics at the same time. So resist the temptation to look for single markers of behaviors or traits. That's why I always suggest pulling away or leaning back so that you can feel patterns. Third, if you haven't healed or at least started, your naivety is keeping you blind because you think you're living a normal life. And you think that your marriage is normal and just has lots of conflicts. We went to this Christian marriage conference that told me the reason we were so conflicted is because we were both woodpeckers, instead of how it is with most couples, which is a turtle and a woodpecker. And that might be true if you're a sheep married to another sheep. But the reality is that I really wasn't in a marriage at all. I thought I was. God tells us in 2 Corinthians 6 that we can't be equally yoked. Not if you're a sheep and he's a wolf. You have different fathers. God won't build a one-flesh relationship between light and darkness. You will never be equally yoked. You're married to a domestic terrorist who is using a Christian marriage as a front to hide the intimate abuse that you're experiencing. Your gullibility has been limiting your view to a perspective that's only in the natural realm. You're at a great disadvantage because you can't see that his strategies are supernatural. Fourth, any kind of marriage problem can be solved by 2 people that are healthy when a marriage is made up of 2 imperfect sheep. Even though there's dysfunction and even though there's maybe significant difficulties and hardships, it's still a one-flesh union of light with light. The fact that the problems in your marriage always escalate into toxic conflicts and you need increasing kinds of resolutions, that's suspicious. When problems morph into conflicts that speedily descend into high conflict, and it happens on the regular, that's the proof. It's not iron sharpening iron, which is what I thought. Just a super duper highly conflicted to the point of me being damaged in every conflict that I thought our marriage was normal. I didn't believe that it was spiritual warfare with evil, that there was actually a darkness trying to conquer my light. Neither did Job. He needed the proof of how real evil was and how evil is. One commentator writes, Job has been led to see the multifarious character of God's vast creation, its unfathomable fusion of beauty and cruelty. And through his experience, he has come to understand the incommensurability between his human notions of right and wrong and the structure of reality. Job said, I've heard of you by the hearing of the ear, but now my eyes have seen you. Therefore, I abhor myself and repent. Job wasn't sinning. He was righteous. God defined that at the beginning of the book. But what Job needed to see clearer was the reality of the evil inhabiting fallen earth, and his own thinking comparatively to God's pure holiness. Job wasn't repenting of anything he did wrong. He was repenting for merely having a human mind. There's a lyric to a song from Hollian. The song is called In Awe. She says, I can't move so close to you. I'm seen through. No, I'm not innocent like you. Oh God, I'm sorry. She's not apologizing for sin. She's apologizing for not being innocent like God. When I woke up, the same thing happened to me. I was able to see the difference between my own ideas of right and wrong and the things that how I thought life should be, and to accept the structure of reality that I was living in. I wasn't married to a good man who sometimes did bad things. That's the structure we all want to live in, right? I was married to evil, a wolf that pretends to be a sheep.